What is going on, guys and girls? Level Up here at OnPointTactical. Today we are going to start yet another video series, and I think that this should be one of the final ones that we launch. I just want to have sort of every basis covered as far as content on the channel related to Battlefield and gaming at all. This is the Q&A video series. Now, it's question and answer, obviously. You go down to the comments box and you post anything that you want to, as long as it is a question, be it Battlefield, gaming related, or just something crazy wild like a couple of these questions are that have nothing to do with Battlefield. Then that is totally fine, but I just want to get the channel interaction levels up in the form of me being able to communicate with you guys a lot more than we have been as of late. The first question for today is, what do you think is the perfect video length for YouTube, and why? Well, it's hard to say. A lot of my videos, if you'll notice, are between 7.5 minutes and 9.5 minutes long. I think that is a good window of time for Battlefield because, at least for me, whenever I watch an 8-minute long video, it seems to go by pretty quick, but it doesn't feel too short and it doesn't feel too long either. So I think that's kind of the butter zone, in between 7 minutes and 9 minutes, let's say, for a Battlefield video. But depending on what sort of content you're putting up, it can change. If you're doing walkthroughs, those can last 20-30 minutes sometimes. And, personally, I don't want to watch all that sometimes, but some games are definitely worth it. So I think it kind of depends on the content that you're putting up, but if we're talking Battlefield 4, I would say between 7 and 9 minutes. The next question comes in and says, what are the other types of content you have planned for us? Well, this should be the end of the series for Battlefield, but there's a couple things that are in the sort of pre-production process right now. I'm thinking about putting up Assassin's Creed 4 in a walkthrough, and maybe a couple Need for Speed Rivals videos. I got both of those, and I think that the AC4 could be a really good walkthrough series as far as like live reactions are concerned. And let me know if you want me to do that, but as this pre-production phase gets finished up, then I can actually give you guys a little more details. The next question is one that I love personally. Favorite weapon in Battlefield 4? Can't say Ace-23 or M416, that's too easy. Well, if we're talking assault rifles, because they're the best class of weapons in the game right now, other than the 416 and the Ace-23, I would say the L85 takes the cake for me in automatic assault rifles, but I think that my favorite assault rifle and weapon in the game right now is the M16A4. Now, if you know me personally, or have played with me, you probably heard me say that I want my M16A3 back. I want my automatic M16. I didn't think I was going to miss it, and if you go back to some of my earlier videos, you might hear me kind of complaining about the M16 appearing in Battlefield 3 all the time. But now that it's gone, it doesn't feel right. I really want that automatic M16 back, and if DICE, you're watching this, bring it back in an expansion, or make it a premium-only weapon, and I would be all for it. And while we're still sort of talking about Battlefield 3, let's look at this very simple question. Battlefield 3 versus BF4 Battlefield 4. Right now, Battlefield 3 with some hesitations. I like the map design for Conquest and Rush on Battlefield 4 better than Battlefield 3, but Team Deathmatch and just the general gunplay, I think, in Battlefield 3 was really good. But keep in mind that Battlefield 3, as we remember it, was its final state. It was fixed as well as they were going to ever fix it. So the weapons had been balanced, the maps had been balanced as far as little tweaks here and there, glitching and things of that nature. They worked on the netcode, they moved some stuff, patched weapons, they got it to where it was in a really playable state. Right now, Battlefield 4 is in a really shaky state as far as the netcode, kill trades, map design, pretty much everything about it right now is a little iffy. And personally, I can't even load Parasol Storm anymore. This is older gameplay that you saw, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of unfortunate that I feel sort of unhappy with Battlefield 4 right now, but I feel like DICE will eventually get it patched up to where we are happy with it, but there's no telling how long it'll be. This next question is a very good one, and it is food related. Hot donut versus bacon. I don't know. I love a hot donut, but I think Bacon takes the cake on this one. Bacon goes good on just about anything, and you can't go wrong with a good bacon cheeseburger. The next question is, if you could buy any one thing, what would it be and why? I would buy a gaming PC right now. I think that Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 would be my next purchase that I could fork out the bill for myself, and I would play the heck out of both of them if I had a PC. But frankly, I don't have enough money for a good gaming PC, and I don't want to update it each year. So right now, console gaming is a more practical choice, and I know my way around the controller well. But yeah, my first purchase, if I could buy any one thing and not have to pay for it, would definitely be a gaming PC. The next question is, favorite climate in the United States? Well, actually, I did a fair bit of research on this one, looking in different areas. I kind of like Seattle, Washington's climate. It's kind of chilly and rainy and gloomy a lot. I know that sounds kind of odd, but I really like that sort of weather. I don't know why, it just seems kind of relaxing. I'm sure that it might get old after 10 years or so, but I was looking around and found that actually in Louisville, Kentucky, the average temperature in the summer is only like 81 degrees, and in the winter it's only like 36 degrees. So it's like not in the extreme a whole lot either direction. Missouri's climate, I absolutely hate it, except for the winter and late fall, usually, early spring sometimes. So, I don't know, I think some days I would choose Louisville, but then other days I would definitely go for Seattle. But I think that as far as an actual practicality standpoint is concerned, probably Louisville, because there's still trees, and I do like trees. The final question for today is, what do you think about the idea of a remote control car that has a C4 charge on it to clear out rooms and other choke points in Battlefield 4? No! I don't know why so many people think that it's fun to run around with all these unmanned drones without risking death. Like, seriously, all you have to do is plop down an ammo box, get out this stupid RC car, drive it off into the battle, blow it up, pull out another one because you're sitting on top of an ammo crate, and just go on like a 20-something kill streak sitting there camping, doing nothing. That's not the kind of gameplay that any Battlefield player, that any true Battlefield player, is gonna want. Battlefield is known for its amazing gunplay, so I don't think that ruining that by putting in all these different drones that you can just sit there and camp with, that's not fun. I played a game of Team Deathmatch for like, it was like a 20-something minute long game because everybody was camping with bolt actions, and there was like 3 dudes on our team just laying down in this corner, flying Mavs around. This is not the kind of gameplay that I want in Battlefield, and I certainly don't want DICE putting their attention towards that instead of fixing the game. It has way too many problems for them to be trying to add all these little Call of Duty noob-like, just different exploits into Battlefield 4. I would much rather have my DLC that I was supposed to have a month ago. Their contract with EA and Microsoft guaranteed 2 weeks early access for Second Assault on Xbox One. Well, it's been plenty more than 2 weeks since they signed that contract with Microsoft, and certainly more than that since Xbox One came out and they got Second Assault. It's just really annoying that DICE has been focusing their attention on not even giving us the maps, that they've already built these maps, like they are already finished. So why can't they just launch it for PC and PlayStation 4 and be done with it? That's what they need to be putting their attention towards, and not all of these little Call of Duty noob unmanned drones. You seriously described exactly the RCXD from Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Just go play those games. If you can't handle Battlefield in the amazing gunplay, just go play that. No one's gonna criticize you for playing Call of Duty if you're not using. If you use Call of Duty tactics in Battlefield, you're probably gonna hear from 1 or 2 true Battlefielders. If you go and play Call of Duty and use the RCXD like everyone else does, it's no big deal, but personally, I think that there's already way too many drones in Battlefield 4, and I definitely don't want to see any more Call of Duty exploits put into use in Battlefield. That is about it for this episode of Questions and Answers. Put anything you like. Send me a private message, send me a message through PlayStation Network if you have my PlayStation Network ID, which I will put in the description, I have the PlayStation Network app on my iPhone, so I can send you guys messages even if I'm not online. Just go ahead and send that message, and I'll keep checking my inbox, every couple hours to see if someone's sent me a message, and hopefully I can wind up talking with one of you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm LevelUp here at OnPointTactical. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.